Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes and
Moose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give us a thumbie. They are free. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that we've literally paused the camera from filming yesterday, given Mike a few minutes to put a few more stitches in what he's working on to show you this time. Because, you know, expose secrets and stuff, but it's my fault because I just wasn't understanding the silent cues. Anyway, so we decided to come on today and do a little bit of a WIP Wednesday. We don't do these very often because normally this one's at work and sometimes I'm at work. I never know my schedule of shifts until the Sunday before the week begins. And we don't normally give sneak peeks. Sometimes we do on our lives. But other than that, you normally already know what we're working on because in Mike's case it's only one or two things. My case is I just show you all on Friday, so WIP Wednesday isn't really a thing, but we have got stuff for today, so we thought why not, we'll do a WIP Wednesday, change it up a bit. So if you are very new to crochet, WIP means work in progress. Are you with us?
Yep, I was yawning.
Every video. The man could get 15 hours kip and he'd still come on and start yawning.
I think so.
Anyway, I think it's just the...
It's me.
Well, yeah, and also I think we're just so comfortable in front of the camera now that it's just like we're chatting with each other and no one else is watching, to be fair.
And also I didn't go sleep very quickly last night.
Oh, I was the opposite. For the first time in days. It was amazing. Anyway, well, they're not here to hear about our sleep.
I had a new program and I just kept going and going and
going. You got sucked into a new thing. Right, there we go. There's the real thing. Anyway, so WIP means work in progress. So if you are actively working on something, it is your work in progress. Now, some of you may be the type to have just one project and you work on that and only that until it's done. Vast majority of you, though, I know the vast majority of you will be in our camp where we've got several things going at once. Although technically, Mike only has the one thing at the moment because he's got all the others off his hook, which he will fill you in on Friday. I always have several things on the go, and I also have project bags with long forgotten WIPs in, so they're actually now UFOs, unfinished objects, but you know, crafters, we want to make all the things and use all the things, and sometimes we just squirrel about the place. So, my work in progress that I want to show you today is a little bit more complex and a little bit more in-depth of a story. So I think if Mike goes first and explains what he is working on, when I'm waffling, he can be putting some more stitches on while I'm yapping.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good
I
idea.
think that might be the way forward for today.
So if you saw yesterday's video, you'll know, but I have finished all of my stuff apart from this one. I put this one on yesterday.
Yeah.
And I've done quite a bit already.
Right, hang on, let's clarify yesterday. You will be seeing this on
2 days ago.
Wednesday. He started this on Monday, but we are
filming the day after. So.
No, he started it on Sunday. We're filming on Monday.
Yeah.
So, schedules, timescales.
My timescale is I started it yesterday and I'm on it today. What you see is what you see within 24 hours. Not even that. Your schedule is it's been 3 days.
We are past Manfa and Mike. Every video you watch is past Manfa and Mike. Let's just put it like that, because
Time travel.
with our busy schedules and with finding it quite difficult at times to find moments in the day to film, we film when we can. So even if we have regular segments, so for example Tile of the Week Thursday, 9 times out of 10 we film that on the Wednesday night. Sometimes we've been known to do it even earlier than that, but it will always be prior to the day that you are seeing it, because our internet is a jerk, hardly works how I want it to, ever. And if I was to film and upload on the same day, you would see Tile of the Week from last week this week. That's how slow our internet is. So we need to be ahead of the game, and we need to have our scheduling prior to when you see it. So it is basically 2 sittings worth of work that Mike is going to show you. It doesn't matter what days it was. He's only been doing it for 2 days. You're seeing this on Wednesday, and we'll just stop the confusion there. So, what are you doing?
Anyway, I am doing the Luck of the Draw 8. This is the Boggy Creek edition, and I am doing it for the Boggy Creek charity over in Florida. Boggy Creek is a camp for children with extra needs.
Chronic illnesses. Life-affecting illnesses.
Which
yeah.
I think is amazing, so
They
I've
wouldn't,
jumped on this.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to go to a regular camp with regular kids because of their medical needs and their medications they need to take and regular care from medical professionals. It is just too much for a regular camp to be able to accommodate these children. So a camp specifically designed for these children was created, and that's where these children go, and it's amazing. They get to do all the things, and they have on-site doctors, nurses and medications as and when needed. Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought I wasn't going to do this till next year, sorry.
Now you're taking time travel to the extreme.
What am I doing? I'm too tired. Right, so next year I was supposed to be doing this, but because I finished everything, because I've had time off, and
you're ahead of the game,
I'm
babe.
ahead of the game now, so I'm hoping with the extra time off I've got, I might even get this done.
Yeah, because it works up quite quick, and he's using a 4-way and a bigger hook, so it is growing really nicely.
It is growing fast, and it's starting to take a bit longer, but
yeah. So give them the deets. What is Luck of the Draw, and who is hosting this time?
So Luck of the Draw is the brainchild. I was going to say poster child then, but no, it's brainchild of Nan at Nan's Next Knots.
Yeah.
Sorry. But she's a little bit under the weather, so she can't do it this year, or this half of the year, so she has passed the baton on to Jaxie from Creations by Jax and Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet.
Yeah. Actually, those ladies asked Nan permission, and Nan granted it.
There you go. And then they turned it into a Boggy Creek edition. So
yeah.
Boggy Creek blanket has to be 40 by 40 or 40 by 50.
35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long, but if it's a square, it has to be 40 by 40.
There you go. And I'm doing the square, so
yes.
40 by 40.
We will get there between us.
Yeah. But, so, Luck of the Draw, this is how it works. You basically pick 8 colours and a main.
Main colour, yeah.
And every week, Jaxie or Lynette, or both, there you go, pull a number out that you've assigned your colour to.
Yeah. So if you get your 8 colours on the ball band.
8 numbers.
Yeah, on the ball band, just write a number, 1 through 8, randomly.
And then they pick what colour goes next.
So you just grab that yarn with number 6, for example, because 6 was pulled, and it goes in your blanket. They do all the work for you.
Yes. And for mine, I haven't done even the colour picking.
No.
I got Max to do it. He's
like
not there.
He did mine.
I'm just pointing that way because
he's normally sat there. He's at school at the minute, but but yeah, Max picked Mike's colours. So Mike doesn't even know what colours are coming because he didn't even have a say in it.
No.
So, but yeah, if you want the numbers, go to Jax and Lynette, and they normally run it for 20 weeks, but this time, because we're getting close to the deadline of blankets needing to be sent in, they're only doing it for 15 weeks. There is plenty of time for you guys to jump on board should you wish, but no pressure, because Nancy, she's got yarn too, she's got all the information. Go check her out, go watch her channel, find out all the deets that you need, and it's her that you need to send your blankets to. Because she will be hand delivering them, I think, with Lynette actually, at the end of January, beginning of February. So these blankets need to be in pretty soon.
And this was originally just a straight row,
backwards and forwards. Yep.
But there's a tutorial over at Creations by Jax to turn it into a round.
A square. Just go round and round.
So go and check that out.
Some people are doing individual squares for the week.
Yeah.
and then joining all those little squares together. Mike is doing what I chose to do and just do a continuous square until it hits the size that it needs to be.
Yep. And Jaxie does a really good tutorial on how to do that. So
I'll link it down below. I'll link it down below for you so it's easy to find. And anyone we've mentioned.
Anyway, like was said, I am using a 4-weight medium in various different colours.
That Max shows.
I'm also using a 6mm Clover or more.
Yeah, the brown one.
And here you go. So red is my main colour.
So main, week 1, main, week 2.
Yes, but that is really not doing the colour justice. It's an emerald green.
No, it's like a Kelly green.
Yeah, or it is Kelly green, probably.
Yeah. So it's a really nice, rich green.
It just says green.
Yeah, but I've got Kelly green in the DK, and it's pretty similar, I think. Ish.
A little darker. But
Yeah.
there you go. That's how far I've got. And obviously, yesterday's video for you. I was only on the red, so
yeah,
done. And I'm now going to continue.
Yeah, so this week that you're watching, so you're watching this on Wednesday. Tomorrow, the next number will be picked, and I believe that would be week 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, week 8 this week is coming. So
I probably won't need that many because of the size of the yarn and the hook I'm using.
Spoiler, mine's finished and I only got 7 colours in.
I'm thinking mine's going to be 5 or 6.
Because I used a DK or a 3-weight, he's using an Aran or a 4-weight and a bigger hook. So we're probably not going to need all the numbers, and we're not going to see Luck of the Draw 8 all the way through to the end because we live in the UK. We need to box them and give them enough time to ship to Florida in the US. So as soon as Mike's blanket hits the 40 by 40, it will join my other blankets that I have done. I have now done 4, so there'll be 5, which is awesome. When they are washed, packed and ready to go, they'll be off to Nancy in Florida as soon as Mike gets it to the size it needs to be. So he's going to continue working on it because it is one of those patterns that you don't need to constantly refer back to the tutorial or have it printed out in front of you. You just go, 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 go. It is a wonderful, wonderful pattern. And Mike is actually a big fan of the window row in particular because you're skipping stitches. Hey, we're all a fan of skipping stitches. Anyway, so what am I working on for WIP Wednesday, seeing as we've already been here for 12 minutes? I said in last week's crochet catch-up that I am going to be attempting to make Link from...
The Legend of Zelda.
Thank you. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say Xena Warrior Princess, and it's not. It's really not. Legends of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, The Legend of Zelda. Anyway, so I went digging on the internet, like you do, all the places where you find crochet patterns, and I found one that I really, really liked. I've got a story to tell. And it's this one. And when I showed you, all I did was show you this and put it down. I didn't tell you where I found it or anything like that. This is a paid for pattern, so I will link it down below, but just bear in mind that you are going to have to pay for it if you want it. And it is from www.crochetlandia.com.br. The designer is Rose Noguera, and I'm sorry if I butchered that. I probably did. And it has been translated because English is not this designer's first language. But that is not the issue. No, that is not the issue. So, as you can see, there's cute Link there. I think he's absolutely adorable. I have no idea who he is or what he does. Apparently he's a fighting elf, as far as my knowledge goes. And he is absolutely cute as a button, right? Yeah. So, I've been working on this over the last couple of days, and there has been a couple of issues that have cropped up. Now, why I am making this is a really wonderful yarny friend of mine asked if I could make one for her son. Amigurumi isn't her passion, isn't something that she is confident in, so she asked me if I wouldn't mind making one. I said, of course, I love making amigurumi, and because she is such a wonderful person, I want to pay something back for her, so I took up the challenge. she had to kind of point me in the right direction of what or who Link was to begin with, but we got there. So she gave me a couple of pattern options and I looked at them, but then I thought I want to just check and see if there isn't another pattern that I like a little bit more. And I found this one because I really liked it. So I paid for this pattern, which is not a problem at all. And one thing I do want to point out, guys, is because I bought this pattern, I am going to take out my surname because you don't know me by this name. At the top of every page is my first name, my surname, and the date I bought the pattern. So this pattern cannot be passed on to anyone else easily without there being copyright restrictions. And I think for all of you out there that design your own patterns, make PDFs, sell on Ravelry, Etsy, whatever, I think you should look into doing that to try and stop people into sharing patterns and not buying their own copies. Just a little idea for you, and it's something that I only noticed after I finished filming Crochet Catch Up. Anyway, so I'm looking at the pattern, I'm working my way through, I'm getting all my materials ready. First problem is in my stash I only had the colours needed in a 3-weight acrylic. So she doesn't actually tell you what weight of yarn she uses, so that is a little bit of a stumbling block. So I had to use what I already had in my stash, which in this instance is a lightweight 3. There are a couple of things that I chose not to do. You are supposed to put buttons in the bottom of his boots. That's a lot of B words that my tongue couldn't get around then. Buttons in the bottom of his boots. Just so that the boots hold their shape, basically. But I didn't want to do that because I don't think I have the right size buttons, and he looks fine with me not doing it, in my opinion. The other thing that she really wanted me to do is use wire, and I'll explain where the wire comes in just a second, but we have not done that. As I am making Link, he is super cute and adorable. I am loving him. Mike says he looks really, really good. He actually looks like what he's supposed to look like, because Mike knows a little bit more about Link and his adventures than I do. The trouble is, he's tiny. Like, ridiculously tiny. So, the person who asked me to make this, I need some input. Whether it be email or whatever, if you don't want to put down in the bottom of this video. When I am finished with this pattern, it is literally going to be the size of maybe a backpack buddy. It's not stuffy sized at all. Look at it. It's itty bitty. Like, you're not going to be able to cuddle up with that in bed, are you? Because he's so tiny. And, sorry, he is headless at the minute. I've just realised how funny that looks. So, as you can see, I have started making Link. And again, the green is not being shown to its true potential. It is a much nicer green. The camera is washing it out. It's got all these lovely little extra details here. Look, with the buckles on his boots, the buckles on his belts. And he has got his little... I think you call it a smock because they don't wear dresses. It's like a little smock shirt thing. And he's got his gloves on and his arms on, and you didn't have to sew the arms on, you crocheted them in, which is marvellous. Just saying. Because Manfa and sewing are not friends. So I have made a really lovely start on Link, and he is super cute, super adorable. You were supposed to put the buttons on the inside of the bottom of the boots. But as you can see, you don't really need them. And then the back, this is my tail for sewing something in a minute. So there is some sewing, but I didn't have to do the arms. There's the back of his little belts and the back of his boots. He's turning out pretty cool. He is absolutely wonderful. But he is not stuffy sized. When I've got his head on, he's literally going to be like a backpack buddy. Oh my goodness, I nearly messed that up. But, so here's what I'm thinking, and I need some advice from everybody watching, but I also need the lady who this is intended for to give me some input via email. In fact, I might even email you after I've done this video so that you know what I'm talking about. I am going to complete Mini Link as a backpack buddy anyway. If you are happy that it's just a backpack buddy and not a stuffy, I will leave it at this, and as soon as this is done, I'll get it in the mail, you can have it. I feel like I'm letting the side down though, because I think he needs stuffy sized. But I don't have, clearly, the right weight of yarn, and I don't think this pattern was designed to be stuffy sized. So I don't really have a lot of option other than to double strand the 3 weight, but even then it's only going to be slightly bigger. That's still not stuffy sized. So there isn't enough in the 4 weight, and then I've looked at the chunky or the 5 weight that you can get with this yarn, and they don't have the right colours. I've looked online. I was going to do a yarn purchase, even though I can't really afford a yarn purchase. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to complete this regardless. I can maybe send this now, and then in the new year, hunt for the right yarn, the right size, and do a stuffy for next year. But I really wanted to give him a Christmas surprise, because the little boy doesn't even know that his mum's organised this. And Christmas is such a special time of the year.
See if you can find another pattern.
So I might have to go for another pattern and make 2 different styles of link. Or I'll send you the backpack buddy and it will have a head. I'm not going to send it like this, I promise.
Yeah, but I guess...
Or I'll just send you this and find better yarn for the same pattern next year. Kind of need to know where we're going with it, whether I just find a different pattern that is a better size and send 2, which will probably be better, because then he's got 1 for his backpack and then he's got 1 for bedtime too. I think that might be what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and look for a second pattern, because this is brilliant, I love it, but it's just not the right size. So that was the first issue. Second issue is they wanted wire, and they wanted wire for the sword, because he's a fighting elf, right?
I'm not sure he is an elf.
Well, he looks like an elf, or
He
a
looks
forest
like an elf,
person, or a
yeah.
tree person, or something. I don't know. I'm going to call him a fighting elf, because I don't even know what he is anyway. So, as you can see, on the main page, he's got a sword. Now, this blue bit is crocheted, and then it is glued onto a flattened out piece of wire. That doesn't sit right with me, because this is going to a child. This is not for decoration. This is actually going to a child. The solution we have found is the best solution we have available to us. Still not really sitting right with me, but it's the best that we've got. And if, when it's gifted, Mum doesn't like it, she can take that bit off and not have that bit, okay? Because I don't know what the best thing to do is, alright? Because he's so tiny, his sword is going to be tiny as well. Okay, probably, I don't know, about 1 inch long. We had to find something that wasn't sharp, as in pokey, draw blood, ouchy, sharp. So I had a bit of a tantrum. Mike had a bit of a tantrum. I then went for a shower because I couldn't think of what else I could do. Mike was ferreting around down here. I don't know what he was doing. I've obviously found out what he was doing afterwards, but I'm like, oh, I'm just going to let him go on with it because I have no clue what he's doing. And we came to the conclusion, after a lot of trial and error, that I am going to crochet the blue sword hilt. The bit you hold is a hilt, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at me. Terminology. And I'm going to glue it onto the end of a darning needle, and it is completely blunt. There is no sharpness, it is not drawing blood, But obviously it is pokey, abbles and things.
I filed it down so that it's blunt.
So Mike has filed it, rounded it, got rid of any sharp edges. There is no point. It is completely rounded. But still, this is going to a child and it doesn't sit right with me. But he needs a sword. And I don't know how else to make him a sword. So, if any of my amigurumi absolute goddesses and gods out there know how I can make him a sword that does not involve actual pokey metal, let me know. Please, let me know. Because I will not do the sword until the very end, if needs be. I'll get on with the other bits and pieces. Because I don't want any child to receive something from me and end up having an accident, causing injury, whatever. And also...
It cannot...
It can't puncture the skin.
It can't puncture skin, but it can hurt an eye, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, the person who asked me to make this, let me know your feelings. I will go with your feelings. But if I cannot find another alternative, then Link will be swordless. Because I'm just not as good as some of my other Yarny friends. Now, I think I am specifically speaking to Nova at this point. Help! Please! Because you freehand everything and you're amazing and you can make things work. Help me, Nova, please! Mike suggested that I could make it out of crochet thread, which I could, but... And I will, if that is my only option. But I really don't want to. What else can I use? Like, I don't have pipe cleaners. I don't have all of the crafty things.
They're even sharp on the ends.
Exactly, because they've got metal wire in the middle.
I've filed this down enough so that it doesn't penetrate skin. I mean, I'm hitting myself with it.
Mm.
You know?
I know,
it would, but it could.
But temptation,
really gotta,
but temptation of children and a sword. They're going to want a sword fight. This is why I am not comfortable with this. We thought of everything, even cotton buds. You know, the things you clean your ear out with. I don't know, guys. Nova, help me, please.
I cut up a pencil and sharpened it into a sword shape, put tin foil around it.
It just... I don't want to hurt Mike's feeling. He was trying so hard, but it looked crap. And you could just peel the tin foil off and then it's just a bit of pencil. Like, it wasn't finished and glossy and enough, but I think this is way too much. So I need a middle ground that is child safe, but still sword-like for this itty bitty Link, please. And thank you. I need help. So when I get off of camera, I am going to continue working on him. I've got to do his head and his hair and his hat and his shield, and there's plenty of bits that I need to do. And you know what, Nova, I might even just message you before this video even comes out, because he's not taking very long to make up. There you go, look.
Full green.
Another 2 rows of green, and that's that week completed.
Yep.
So, yeah. Person who asked this of me, I already know you're going to say no to this. It's fine, I get it. I'm a mum. It's not sitting comfortable with me either. But complete transparency on this channel, always has been. And Nova, I need your help. Okay? No, we're not going for crochet hooks either. Still stabby, pointy, ouchy. No.
That's actually sharper than the needle.
Exactly. So, there is the start of my Link. There is my work in progress. If I get an answer from the person that has asked this of me, and if I get an answer from Nova and a solution has been made, hopefully, when you see him again on Friday, he will be completed, and I will let you know how we solve this issue. Also, you guys watching, even if you're not Nova, you may have a brilliant idea for us. please let me know in the comments. Help a girl out. I really want to get this completed and be the best it possibly can be, because the little boy it's going to is an incredibly special little boy, and I want him to have the best version possible, and I'm also going to have to find another pattern for a bigger version. But then he gets 2. Win-win, right? Win-win. So that is the saga of Link at the moment, and that is what Mike was working on. Okay, but we're going to have to leave it there because Mike has to go and get his little girl from school, and I need to calm my voice down because we filmed 2 videos back to back and I'm still really not very well, so I need to go and rest. So head back tomorrow for
Tile of the Week, Thursday.
If you've been here a while, you know that Mike always tried to throw me off and succeeded every time. He hasn't tried to do that to me for a while. I've done it to him a lot in the last week, and it's so much fun. I now know why he does it, but I'm getting my own back. He did it to me for so long, I'm getting my own back. But seriously, come back tomorrow for Tile of the Week, and then Crochet Catch Up on Friday, and our live on Saturday. And then that is the scheduled plans for the rest of this week. I hope you are having a fabulous week. I hope you have enjoyed your time with us. Thank you so much.
Yep.
But until tomorrow,
Stay safe.
be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get some good quality crafting time in.
Safely. We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube streets.
Bye guys. Love ya.